Could be something the Easter Bunny is going to be putting in a basket at your house, and I'm telling you, I cannot stand it. It's Play-Doh. Rob and Lizz in the morning. It's his radio.
Can't stand Play-Doh, really?
Oh, when the kids get it down in the carpet, it's you never get it out. It's always there.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why.
That. I will tell you, and I just have to reveal something from my childhood in Play-Doh. I loved the smell of it so much that I ate a bite of one.
Oh, no. Did you swallow it?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think it smells terrible.
Oh, it tasted well, it smelled yummy. I really can't remember the taste, but I remember chewing and swallowing when I was a kid.
Aftertaste.
But here's the thing, okay? Here's something that people are doing that I had no idea. I'm not a fan of Peeps. I'll just say that right off the bat. But this sounds like it could work. You can take some of your Peeps, put it in a bowl, hit it in the microwave for 30 seconds. What happens to the Peeps is that they expand, and after they cool off, they dry, and it's like Play-Doh. So all of a sudden, you have edible Play-Doh out of Peeps.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I have such a headache right now.
Just thinking about it. Hey, now I could eat it if I wanted to. I don't think I would. That's a lot of sugar, but still, hey.
Right. And my point, exactly, a lot of sugar. And so if the kids are rolling it around in their hands and then they're putting it in the little thing that makes the hair grow and all that sugar is going to get stuck in everything. Now, if they're just going to microwave it, blow it up, roll it in a ball and eat it, okay, fine, then we can wash hands. But, oh, goodness.
Yeah, but still, you get to play with Play-Doh and then eat it. I mean, that's so nice because you make your own out of Peeps.
So many things in my head going wrong.
Here is an open mic that just came in through the My HISRadio app.
My husband loves Play-Doh, and even to this day, at the age of 47, we will still buy him Play-Doh occasionally for Christmas or for a birthday. He said the smell of it takes him back to the childhood years and how there was just no worries in the world at that time.
Right? Because we didn't have to worry about bills and news and anything like that back then. Play-Doh. I can see why he likes Play-Doh.
I know. And you know what? I like his childlike spirit. I don't like Play-Doh, but I love that he wants to feel like a kid again. It's why I color sometimes. You just feel like a kid.
And here's something. I don't know if you want to try this, but if you have some Peeps in the house, they say if you take a bunch of them, put them in a bowl, and then heat it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, once it cools off, it turns into like an edible Play-Doh.
That is
Peeps.
so weird to me. And
Sugary
yes.
Play-Doh.
Right, but definitely make sure it cools down because sugar is hot.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
you're right about that.
That can burn. Okay, so Mimi texted 800-447-7234 and said, Rob, that sounds like a sticky mess. Absolutely.
The Peeps turning into Play-Doh? Yeah. But how much fun, right? I mean, you give that in the hands of a child, and that sticky mess will keep them entertained for hours, and you don't have to worry if they put it in their mouths.
No, but give them gloves first, please.
Here is an open mic that came in through the My HISRadio app.
Jennifer Schmidt, and I listen to y'all every morning, and y'all play songs that I need. But about the Play-Doh, you could do candy corn Play-Doh, you could do Jell-O Play-Doh, and I'm a daycare teacher, and I have kids that always eat the Play-Doh, or they also eat crayons. But I hope y'all have a great rest of the day, and God bless y'all.
I love that. You can hear his radio in the background. She's listening.
Proud.
Yeah, I love that. But everything she does as a teacher and the kids, let me tell you, I wasn't the only one as a child that eats the Play-Doh.
Right. And, you know, she said they eat the crayons as well. I used to put the glue on my hands and then peel it off. Oh, that was satisfying. All those things you do in preschool. Here's the thing Jonathan said. Jonathan texted and he said homemade Play-Doh is edible because you make it with cornstarch. Now, Jennifer acted like they must flavor their homemade Play-Doh because she said candy corn. How do you do that? What?
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Robert and Amy were having their big day. He's at the altar. Of course, she's walking down the aisle. They get into the vows. The minister, all their friends are there. So he starts reciting his vows. He says, I will stand by you and be true to your will. I will care for you. I will laugh at you when you're happy, and I will laugh at you when you're sad. Well, then she just busts out laughing because he said he's going to laugh at her when she's sad. He messed his vows up.
Whoops.
So everybody in the place just cracks up, and it's a very serious time when you're making those vows, making those commitments to each other. But when there's a little levity, a little laughter, and it just kind of breaks the tension and the nervousness, especially for the bride and groom. So he's then throwing his wife, Amy, his now wife, Amy, under the bus. He said, here's one reason I was so kind of messed up in my head. She was 45 minutes late to the ceremony.
Oh.
45 minutes.
Dude, you don't do that on your wedding day. Don't say that.
Right. First of all, don't
that.
throw each other under the bus like that. But I can see 45 minutes late to the ceremony, I'd be a little nervous as well.
So here's the thing at our wedding, which my wife is Amy and I'm a Rob, but that wasn't us that Liz was talking about.
No.
On our wedding day, it was raining so hard. And one of the coworkers that I worked with at the time was arriving late, and the parking lot, it was a tiny church, so the parking lot was full, and there was only one spot in front of the youth basketball hoop. He backs into the hoop, knocks the thing over, and breaks it.
Oh,
that was our little wedding mishap.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
My husband, Joey and I eloped. He had strep throat. And I was like, you could get out of this thing under duress if you wanted to, but he didn't. He had 25 years this year. But yeah, he had strep throat, felt terrible.
So it was, I do.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
Yeah, so Vanessa and Carissa are identical twins. Now, they met, they fell in love, and they married another set of identical twins. They are Lucas and Jacob. So that, to me, is mind-blowing enough, in of itself, right?
So let me see if I have this right. So you've got two brothers that are twins that married two identical sisters.
Yes.
Right? Oh,
yes.
Wow. That's crazy.
And within a very short span of time did they all meet and end up getting married. So that's wild enough. Now, each couple had their own kids, right? So there's I think there's a boy and a girl. Their babies, according to doctors, are basically siblings because both sets of parents are identical twins. So they're saying the babies, their DNA, if you took a look at their DNA, it would virtually be like they were siblings. And they even have a term for it. They say it's incredibly rare, of course, but they have a term for it, and it's called quaternary twins. And I hope I'm saying that right, but quaternary twins.
Right to me.
I know. So, but it means that they're from different parents, these babies, but because the parents are identical twins, then they're almost like siblings.
To me, that kind of makes sense. So say they were separated, like they never knew each other. And if they did like a DNA thing, one of those Heritage Online things, they would match up as brother and sister.
Absolutely.
I get that because of their parents both being sets of twins.
Yeah, yes. So what they said is, identical twins come from the same egg, right? So theoretically, they both have the same sequence of DNA. So on paper, under a microscope, I guess, it's going to look like their brother and sister.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
Kind of a shocker when you get your receipt and you see at the restaurant that you're paying a little bit more that you weren't used to paying, because there's a trend. And I don't know if you ran into this or not, because I only think it's a few restaurants at a few different states, but it's a 20% upcharge or fee that's called kitchen appreciation fee. And here's the thing. Some people are like, where'd this come from? 20%? Is this the tip? What's going on? No, it's an appreciation fee at some of these restaurants that's offsetting some of the inflation chart, that they're experiencing at these restaurants. Because costs are going up for them, and they don't have that many employees anymore. And then their food costs are going up, so they're trying to make up for it somewhere. So that's not everywhere, but some places are doing that. And here's the thing. It's showing up on the menus as well. So if you really look at the menus close enough, you'll see that it says near the bottom of the menu, the little fine print, 20%, what's it called? A charge for kitchen appreciation fee. Yeah.
Okay. Couple of things. First of all, can you opt out? Like a tip. You could opt out if you wanted to. You shouldn't, but you could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, is it going to, here's what I see happening. Sure, take the kitchen appreciation fee, but now I'm opting out of the tip. So I see that's going to hurt the wait staff.
It could, because some people might look at that and go, oh, I wonder if that's the tip, and not leave one, because the tip is traditionally 20%.
I would rather you just say that $8 hamburger that you just ordered is now $10 rather than, okay, I'm going to charge you $8 for that hamburger. You're going to think you're getting kind of a deal, but then I'm going to tax you and charge you and charge you and feed
right?
you.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
We have an open mic that came in through the My HISRadio app.
I just wanted to give you a message of how I discovered his radio and what it has meant to me. My children, who are 9, 12, have been listening to his radio, and they got in the car one day when I picked them up from school and said, can I change this channel? I said, sure. They listen to his radio all the time, and now I listen to his radio all the time. But that just let you know that the children, small children, are enjoying and listening and getting the message from his radio.
I love that, how this mom is like, okay, my kids want to listen. What is this station? Now I'm hooked. Because of them, I'm listening, and she's hearing about God. And I love this and about having a relationship with Jesus because she's tuning in.
Yeah, and let the children lead the way, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. I mean, those kids absolutely loved what they were hearing. And I'm sure they didn't know all that it was putting on their hearts, but that's how God was working, through the songs. And then they were able to help change somebody else's life. Just so happened it was their mama. And you have the opportunity to do the same thing. The things that you get out of this ministry, the music, the message, you can share with somebody else and bring them that same peace and that joy through Jesus.
Yeah, and I think about, since maybe you don't know this, his radio is a listener-supported radio station, and we've been on for over 40 years, and those who originally gave way back then now impacts these kids who introduced his radio to their mom sitting in the backseat of the car. I absolutely love that. So thank you. If you've been giving, thank you so much. And if you would like to join the team, listen, we have this friend-raiser that's coming up. It's about 5 weeks away. It starts on April 23rd. And so mark it on your calendar if you would. Pray for Friend-Raiser if you would, because this impacts the operational budget for his radio. And if God's moving on your heart right now, go ahead and give your running start gift toward Friend-Raiser right now online.
Yeah, and you can do it at hisradio.com, also inside the My His Radio app, or maybe easier, just text the word GIVE to 800-447-7234. We'll send you a link right back.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So Alfonso Rivera, he was on Silver Spoons. That was like the first thing I remember him from. He was also on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air back in, the 90s, I guess.
Oh, Carlton.
And yes.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Right. He's done a little bit of everything. He's been on Dancing with the Stars and all these different shows. Well, he's got a new show coming out, Jack Hanna's Passport. So what Alfonso is going to do is he's going to basically introduce, I guess, the clips, the film of Jack Hanna back in the day. So Alfonso doesn't actually get to go to any of these places around the globe. He's just standing there going, and here's Jack in Africa, and here's Jack in...
Right. And if you don't know who Jack Hanna is, because it's been a number of years, I would say, since he's been on the air, because sadly, I think, did he have Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that?
Yeah, Alzheimer's, and it's really progressed very quickly in about the last year. And so, yeah.
So I think it was through the 80s and 90s and a little bit of the early 2000s that you would see Jack Hanna on TV, because he was like the American Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, if you know who that is. And so he would go to the zoos, and he knew all the animals. And I think he even had his own zoo in the Tampa Bay area or somewhere in Central Florida.
Yeah, and he would show up on like different talk shows and things like that with the snakes and the crazy animals and all this. So he was really synonymous with all of that. So now Alfonso is going to do it. And I love him. I loved him as Carlton on Fresh Prince. And I even got to meet him one time.
Oh, real? No way. She's got a picture. No way. Where's this?
Okay, so this is at a ball field, and we were on what they called a celebrity softball team, and I just happened to be on Alfonso's team, and he was our captain, and he was amazing. Like, there were a couple of, like, Willie Robertson was on this team, and a couple of other
Duck
guys.
Dynasty dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even, oh goodness, now his name has escaped me, but he plays War Machine in the Marvel movies.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so Brody. He plays Brody. So
Okay.
Iron Man's other Iron Man, Brody. Yeah. Oh, Don Cheadle. That's his name. Don Cheadle. I couldn't think of it. So, yeah, all those guys were on that team along with little old me.